こんにちは、ドクター。改めて、ロドスにお礼をさせてもらえるかしら。
ファントム、闇夜にさまよう。
A new banner is ahead of us. The event, Children of Versus, will be here very soon, which also means new operators. Like last event, we have 4 new operators coming our way. Poca, Leonhardt and Podenco. These operators will be on the gacha banner. And Absinthe will be our event welfare operator. Let's get into the breakdown. Starting with Rosa, or Poca? Poca. Poca is our new 6-star archer. She has quite a special gimmick where she prioritizes heavy enemies. She's also great at providing crowd control. Poca's talents are quite interesting. Her Bone Deep talent allows her to deal massive damage to heavy enemies, due to being able to hit through 40 to 60% defense. Then we have her Role Model talent. This one is quite tricky to use, since you need all the Ursus Council in your squad to activate it. So it can be quite situational. She also has quite unique range, which can sometimes be tricky to use but is great for covering wide areas. Moving on to her skills, they're actually quite simple. Her S1 is a flat attack increase. Her S2 is another attack increase, but allows her to attack an additional target. It's quite strong, due to the duration of the skill being 60 seconds long. Have that paired with her talent and she can be dealing serious damage. Her most interesting skill is definitely her S3. During activation, she gains an attack increase and immediately fire harpoons at up to 4 enemies with the highest weight, binding them and damaging them every second for the skill duration. This skill can dish out big crowd control that lasts for the whole skill duration, whilst dealing continuous damage on the enemies bound. This offers great utility to single out boss enemies since they are usually heavy. Great for stall tactics where you need to fit in some extra DPS or heals. Now moving on to Leonhardt. Leonhardt is our new 5-star AoE caster. He specializes in, well, dealing lots of damage to groups of enemies. His talent allows him to gain multiple stacks of attack buffs for each enemy in his range. This can prove to be really powerful when you can group enemies for Leonhardt. His S2 reminds me of Gintana since he increases his attack range, but it also deals increased arts damage to all enemies in range, and reduces enemies' arts resistance. Pair this with Ifrit and you will be stripping the enemy's arts resistance, though he can be quite situational, since you need a lot of grouped enemies to get his full potential. But if you can take advantage of that, then he is actually very strong, and can easily deal with the enemy. And now we have the cute Podenco. Podenco is our new 4-star supporter. She specializes in slowing the enemy and healing, which can be really useful in some situations. Her talent allows all support operators to gain additional attack. This is great when using multiple supports like Angelina, or even robots like Mag or Meyer. Podenco's S1 allows her to switch to healing allies for the skill duration, while also gaining an attack increase. It actually has quite a short SP cost, which helps her dish out reliable consistent healing whilst also being a slow support. Her S2 gives great utility. She can throw a bottle which releases a cloud of spores. When enemies walk within the spores, it will slow, disable special abilities and deal arts damage every second the enemy walk through it. This skill is really useful when dealing with clusters of enemies, due to its AoE effect and multiple debuffs. It's a shame the SP charge is so long for how long the skill lasts for. That's her main problem with S2. And lastly, we have Absinthe. Absinthe is also a 5-star caster. She will be free for everyone to get when the event drops. She is a single target caster, that can deal a lot of damage the lower HP the enemy is. Her talent gives her a massive damage increase when attacking enemies with less than 40% HP. This means she can burn through high HP enemies once they get low enough. Very useful against Avengers. Her S1 gives her an attack increase. She also prioritizes the enemy with the current lowest HP. This duration is infinite too, similar to how Platinum works. Her S2 allows her to deal 4 hits at 55% damage each hit. Unfortunately, she won't be able to target enemies with higher than 50% HP. Although, This skill is very strong against bosses, or high HP plus defense enemies, since you will be able to quickly take them out once they fall below 50% HP. Overall, she's quite a solid single target caster for what she specializes in, although, she can be quite situational due to relying on enemy HP, while other operators can do her job more consistently. Now then, should you roll? It's a bit tricky. Overall, these operators are strong in their given roles, but, they are quite situational and can be easily replaced by other operators. For this banner I wouldn't recommend you go all in, since there are better banners to roll on that are on the way, like W, Weedy, Thorns etc. Although, if you love the operators you see here then there's no stopping you. I hope this helps you decide. Good luck if you are rolling on this banner. Tell me your pulls. Thanks for watching and good luck.